So how about we have the kids join? We have someone in back of Jill who's a little bit of a performer, I can see.
So I don't Zoom without a costume, so
There
I
you
always
go.
wear something.
My questions for the sons or the mothers are, how is it to be going through this together? And I'm hearing as a psychotherapist stories of closeness, that people feel more connected and closer to their parents than they ever have before.
I think my mom shows me a new article every day that's concerning.
So I don't know. I get in my head a lot about that and about the news cycle. So I think just having like boundaries about how much I'm allowing myself to like go in the future and trying to stay present in the idea that like we're quarantining today and probably tomorrow, but getting anything further than that, it's a little crazy making.
I think it kind of really helps for us to have a schedule.
It's interesting to see how quickly something new can become normal, like so quickly. Like I already feel like I've fallen into like a normalcy pattern of like, I'm doing this day and I have this schedule. And like, I think that really helped ease my anxieties because I'm definitely like a big worrier.
Have you learned something new about your mother these days or appreciated something different about her?
She likes to cook a lot when she doesn't have like anything to do. So we're always eating like scones or like some different like baking good. But
well, that's not bad. I wish I lived nearby. I like the idea of boundaries and living in the moment. You're right. I mean, we could be jumping forward without knowing and living with so much uncertainty, and just stepping back, appreciating that whether it be a good moment, a good meal, a good laugh, a good interaction, with family is so uplifting. So thanks. One of the things we were talking about earlier is anxiety about the coronavirus and the uncertainty that lies ahead. And one of my questions to you, or for anyone else that wants to answer that, is how do you cope? How do you get through it? What helps?
Yeah, I have like a little bit of an anxiety disorder already. So I have a hard time. Like I'll be fine 1 second and then my thoughts will just start racing. And it's like, I've thought I've had the coronavirus about 20 times.
I'm sad because I could have been doing much more fun stuff. Like I could be at college finishing up my junior year, and instead I'm stuck in my bed. And that's what I'm struggling the most with.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the fact that I'm like in my bed doing nothing, watching Netflix. It's more so that like that this semester is taken away from me. And I'm a junior, but I'm graduating in the fall. So it was my like last spring semester and I don't really get that. So that kind of blows, but it's okay. I'm doing a lot of FaceTime with my friends. Like one productive thing a day makes you feel justified.
It does.
For every other horribly unproductive thing
it does.
I've been doing.
So I had to come home from LA, which kind of sucked. So
yeah.
I do drag, and so it was a little bit hard not being able to have that that area and be able to go out or perform or anything because I'm stuck at home. But it is nice because I'm back home to like my room with my sewing machine and all my fabric and all my material. So it is kind of nice to be able to have like almost like a little break and just have all like as much time as I want to design stuff and make stuff and get like a whole closet full of costumes, which I think is pretty good.
The children have said to me as their therapist, I don't want to have every single moment and every single meal with my parents because I'm not used to doing it. And I think the other side can be true too, that sometimes boundaries are preferred. So I'm curious how you work that out, if it's been an issue or not.
We pretty much try and have dinner together every night. But other than that, everyone's pretty much on their own. First, because I don't want to cook all the time for people.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any dishes. But I do think it's important for us to get together at least once a day just to have someone to bounce the news off of, or talk about what we're worried about or what was good about the day. And I think that helps when we're all together to be able to have that connection.
It's like you don't really see anyone until like 2 or 3 maybe, because everyone's in their own like individual space working on their own individual stuff. which I really like. And then
Yeah.
like around the afternoon, everyone sort of just comes together and like congregates in like the family room, or like we like go and eat, just sort of like just an organic like flow. At the end of the day, we all just like come together. I think it's a good balance of like personal space and also like togetherness, I guess.
We'll probably look back at this time in a few years and go, wow, that was a real opportunity. I mean, we're going to have the economy and all these things that are going to be a fallout of this.
Yeah.
But never, I'm going to get emotional, never in my lifetime has the order been stay home with your family, or stay home with your loved one, or stay home. You know, some are by themselves, but stay home. Stay home. We'll pay you to stay home. And even though we're very much inconvenienced, you know, my husband worries about if he's going to have a job when this is all over. So we don't know what the fallout will be.
That's right.
But this is a blessing to me. I know that it's probably more of a uplift to his life and the things he wants to be doing, because downtown is his life and he's in the suburbs in a basement.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to take advantage of every minute I have.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm loving living here for the first time. Also, my parents, they remodeled their basement, and I think that it warms my heart because they got these really nice like is it wood or like, yeah, they literally got dance floors for the whole basement, and like it's such a good surface for me to be moving on, and I've never felt so like able to express myself in this house.
You are in your own growth and development as a man and as an adult, so that you can appreciate your family in ways that you wouldn't have before. So the timing of this couldn't be better, although again, who would want it? Kayleen, I was wondering if you could speak about being a mother whose kids are not under the same roof as you, and even though you're keeping in contact with them regularly, it must be hard. You know, I'm sure that you wish you could have moments where you're home together, cooking, laughing, doing whatever you can do.
I haven't had them living with me for years and years. All of my kids, my gay kids, wanted to move out the minute they could possibly move out. But they've always come back to me. We've all been very, very close. We've always FaceTimed every week, even wherever they live, and called and communicated. So we're still doing that. We're just doing that on steroids. They worry more than I do. Because they worry about me, and they worry about me staying put and not going anywhere. And so let them talk.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you, if you can describe the ways in which you worry about your mother or your father.
I think one of my greatest strengths is being very bossy. So I'm doing great. I just tell her to stay where she is, not to go to the grocery store. I think I have a very firm idea of how people should be doing this.
This can be edited out.
Okay.
But I've just really felt it so deeply about our LGBT community. And many Christian religions want our LGBT kids to be celibate. And I think this is like, this pandemic has really taught us that human touch and human connection is what humans live for.
Yeah.
This is how we do more than just survive. You know, it's essential. It's part of humanity. And I've just been thinking about that like every single day, about how personally I want to be in this fight to give my LGBT community more rights and make the bar more equal for them in the eyes of Christianity and the whole world. This has really opened up my eyes to many things that I take for granted.
Mm-hmm. I think, Vicki, you raised something that I've been talking about a lot these last few weeks, which is the silver lining that comes from this. And as horrible and scary as these times are, there are so many wonderful moments, whether it be with families, with friends. And I think that's what we have to enjoy as much as we can, and to live for these moments and just embrace them and take them in when they happen, and they do. And so, you know, there's been conversations about connections today between family members, about worry, about communication, about vulnerabilities, but mostly about love. And that's the part that's so incredible. And so for me, being able to see you all and talk about this has been so inspiring.